Yeah, but so there's still, I mean, it's crazy too because there's still more happening in court. Like, I mean, everything is still active even though we're not hearing about it as much anymore. And the people may be fatigued like we talked about. There has been some updates in the Diddy $100 million default judgment that we reported on earlier this week.
Here's something to think about. What if one of the biggest names in entertainment is facing a situation that feels like something straight out of a thriller? Diddy Combs, once at the top of both the hip-hop world and business, is now locked up in one of the most infamous jails in the US. But his legal team says this isn't just about him being behind bars. They claim Diddy is being treated terribly, in ways that seem meant to break him down and force him to reveal secrets about some of the most powerful people in Hollywood and beyond. This story is much.
What prosecutors were arguing is not only does your client pose a flight risk, because obviously he's incredibly wealthy, has access to planes and a lot of staff, even though you said he turned over his passport to you months ago. They were also worried about him being able to interfere with witnesses and calling them.
Diddy, once the life of the party and a self-made mogul, now sits in the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, an infamous facility known for its brutal conditions. Inmates and even judges have called it a nightmare. Diddy faces charges of exploitation and misconduct, but his lawyers claim the treatment he's enduring behind bars goes beyond anything one could imagine, even for someone accused of serious crimes. They're describing a man who's no longer running his empire, but instead being slowly broken down in a jail known for its cruelty. The Metropolitan Detention Center isn't just any jail. It's notorious for its chaos, overcrowding, violence, and a complete lack of oversight. Inmates have long complained about inhumane conditions, unchecked spread of illnesses, and even the high suicide rate linked to the mental toll of the environment. For someone like Diddy, who has known luxury, the change must be nothing short of shocking. But it's not just the harsh conditions that have people.
Wait a minute. Say that again. Say that again. Back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes.
Yes.
The shopping thing is.
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of.
Diddy's defense team argues that he's not being treated like other inmates. They claim he's being isolated in ways that go far beyond normal procedures. Reports suggest he's under constant surveillance, has very little contact with the outside world, and almost no opportunity to communicate freely with his lawyers. His legal team believes this isn't about security or preventing him from escaping. They think it's part of a bigger plan to break him mentally. But the question is, what are they hoping to...
Sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes, this was actually in his Atlanta home, at a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video, so it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped. It doesn't seem like they're active participant in the videotaping.
Here's where things start to get complicated. For years, rumors have surrounded Diddy's legendary parties, the glitz, the glamour, and the secretive stories about what went on behind closed doors. These weren't just any parties. They were gatherings where some of the most powerful figures in the world mingled with celebrities, politicians, and business leaders. And according to some reports, these events were allegedly filmed, every laugh, every drink, every private conversation, on hidden cameras. If this is true, Diddy might hold footage that could expose some of the biggest names in Hollywood and beyond. Imagine it like a treasure trove of evidence that could...
Look at Diddy, for instance. Let's take a look at him. Let's take a look at, he has videos. He has videos of the parties. Now, what I've heard, which I don't know how much of it is in mainstream media, I don't really follow the story that much, but what I've heard from friends that are attorneys, friends of mine that have represented me before, agents and so on, is there's a bidding war going on right now.
This possibility has sparked a wave of conspiracy theories. Some believe the extreme pressure Diddy is under in jail isn't just about the charges against him, but rather about the secrets he may be hiding. His lawyers say he's being subjected to brutal conditions, constant isolation, sleep deprivation, and intense psychological tactics. This kind of treatment goes far beyond what anyone facing serious legal trouble should endure. It's as if someone is trying to break him down, to make him reveal whatever damaging information he may have. But the big question is, who stands to gain from
not be involved for a famous singer to not come out? Here's the price. And that they're just selling to the individuals that are in those. This is what I heard. They're selling those videos. So if you're Tommy X, and Tommy X is a big, big movie star, and he was at some of the Diddy parties. He was in one of those bedrooms with 3 other men, and he's happily married to a woman, and blah. Tommy doesn't want that video to come out. He does not want it to come out.
To understand the stakes, you need to recognize the kind of power Diddy held at his peak. He wasn't just a music mogul, he was a gatekeeper to the world of fame and fortune. His network reached far beyond hip-hop, connecting him with iconic figures in entertainment, politicians, and top corporate executives. His guest lists read like a who's who of the powerful. And if the rumors are true, many of these people may have let their guard down at his parties, unaware that their actions could have been secretly recorded. Given what's at risk, it's easy to see why some might go to great lengths to make sure these alleged tapes never. While the theories are intriguing, they remain unproven. However, Diddy's conditions at the Metropolitan Detention Center are undeniable. Known for its harsh environment, the jail has been criticized by judges for its terrible conditions. Inmates report being locked in cells for up to 23 hours a day, with limited access to basic needs. Diddy's treatment seems even more extreme. His lawyers claim he's kept in isolation, with monitored phone calls and sleep deprivation. This goes beyond just confinement, it's about control. If true, someone is sending a clear message, but to whom? This isn't the first time high-profile figures have faced unusual treatment in custody. Jeffrey Epstein's case comes to mind, accused of exploiting vulnerable people and allegedly linked to powerful individuals. His mysterious death in custody fueled conspiracy theories, with many believing he was silenced to protect others. Diddy's lawyers see similarities between the two cases, suggesting that his treatment is less about justice and more about forcing him to reveal information, or perhaps ensuring he stays silent.
Same thing for Jeffrey Epstein. Now, the interesting thing about the Epstein and the theory about Epstein is we know he filmed people for sure on that island. He has a lot of movies, a lot of films of people that are very, very powerful political figures, and entertainers, business people. So, do you really believe that Jeffrey Epstein himself? And of course not. Of course not.
The public has also noticed the unsettling similarities. Social media is buzzing with speculation. Some think Diddy is being used as a distraction from bigger issues, while others believe he's being punished for challenging the system. Some even see his treatment as part of a larger pattern of targeting influential black men. Regardless of the truth, one thing is clear: this case has sparked strong reactions and isn't going away anytime soon. Meanwhile, Diddy's legal team has been outspoken about his alleged mistreatment, filing multiple motions to secure his release. They've suggested a home confinement plan with 24/7 private security, limited phone access, and strict visitor logs. However, prosecutors strongly oppose this, arguing that Diddy is a danger to the community, citing claims that he tried to influence witnesses and control the narrative around his case. They believe he's still alive.
So basically what that means is the money that they're saying Diddy has to start paying this guy on October 1st, right. Diddy's team is like, hold on, we need an emergency conversation about why this should not have been granted. Mm-hmm. And they awarded him a TRO, which basically meant that Diddy's team was not allowed to sell any property in that state or anything related to what could be used to pay the plaintiff.
The ongoing legal battle has only intensified the situation, with Diddy's court appearances becoming a spectacle. His family offers support while his lawyers fight to get him out of MDC Brooklyn. So far, the judge has sided with the prosecution, leaving Diddy in harsh conditions. Inside MDC Brooklyn, violence is common, and overcrowding leads to shortages of food and medical care. Mental health suffers quickly in this environment, and danger is constant. For someone like Diddy, used to a privileged life, the contrast must be shocking. But is there more to this story than meets the eye? Diddy's lawyers certainly think so, and they're not alone. Rumors of a larger conspiracy have been circulating, with some suggesting that his current situation is part of a plan to protect powerful interests. The idea is that by keeping him isolated and under extreme pressure, those who might be implicated in his alleged tapes can rest easy, knowing their secrets are safe. As the case unfolds, it's becoming clear that this isn't just about Diddy, it's about the systems of power and influence that shape our world in ways most people can't imagine. Whether or not the conspiracy theories are true, they tap into deep public mistrust of how fame, power, and corruption intersect. As Diddy's story develops, it's bound to raise more questions about who truly holds the reins of society and what
People I don't think realized was he had cameras all over the place, unbeknownst to them. And now he has all that footage, supposedly. This is what I'm told. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens if, you're a huge iconic, TV star or movie star, and you're in some very, very...
Who's getting the money, though?
And so, what happens next? Will Diddy crack under the pressure and reveal the secrets he's holding, or will he stand firm, despite the mounting odds? This is where things get even more intriguing. It's not just about Diddy's arrest or the harsh conditions he's facing in the Brooklyn detention center. What's really sparking interest is the idea that this might not be about him at all. What if Diddy Combs is simply the most visible piece in a much larger game? What if the real targets are the untouchable power players?
You're just like, it's there. I mean, it's not just there.
Yes.
It's everywhere. My news feed is dominated by it.
Yes.
Fox News, CNN, everyone. There's raids at Diddy's house.
Let's rewind.
Diddy has always been a larger-than-life figure, from revolutionizing hip-hop with Bad Boy Records to building a massive empire. But success in the entertainment world often comes with secrets. Rumors suggest that those secrets were captured on film during Diddy's legendary, invite-only parties. These gatherings weren't just celebrity events, they were career-making affairs. And whispers claim Diddy had hidden cameras set up around his properties, recording everything.
I mean, that's what people were saying, and maybe everybody's a conspiracy theorist now, but that's what people are saying about the Diddy situation. Like when the feds rolled up, with the Hummers and shit, they're like, it wasn't about Diddy, it was about if there were tapes of powerful people there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
They were the ones that called. They're like, I need to protect myself, so go in there with all the things and rip any tapes or any other.
Now, imagine the kind of footage those hidden cameras might have captured. We're talking about some of the most powerful figures in Hollywood, politics, and business letting their guard down in ways they never would in public. According to some sources, this wasn't just about recording wild nights, it was about leverage. In an industry where power is everything, having dirt on the right people could be more valuable than any record deal or endorsement. And that
everybody who tells the stories like, I saw her go upstairs and these dudes are fucking like right on the couch.
Yeah.
And then I go in this room and these guys are fucking, and it's like,
and pros. Like apparently he was getting male gigolos, girls. Yeah, that was one of the rumors, like the freak off. So he would hire the professional to have sex with the girls, and I think he would watch allegedly.
Isn't just about the charges against him, but about protecting powerful figures. If the alleged tapes or the threat of them were exposed, it could destroy careers, companies, and reputations. This has led to speculation that the pressure Diddy is facing in jail isn't just to get him to confess, but to keep him silent. Even before his arrest, rumors about Diddy's connections to figures like Jeffrey Epstein were circulating. While no direct link has been proven, the similarities are striking. Both men hosted lavish events for the elite, and both were accused of using those events to gather compromising material. This raises uncomfortable questions about the world of power. Diddy's legal troubles have sparked renewed speculation about who could be implicated if he decides to talk or if footage surfaces. The potential list of names is staggering: Hollywood royalty, Fortune 500 CEOs, and high-ranking officials. If the rumors are true, some of the most respected figures in the world could have a lot to lose. The entertainment industry's reaction to the allegations has been oddly quiet. Sure, there's been some coverage, but not the media frenzy you'd expect for someone as high-profile as Diddy. This silence has led some to wonder if powerful individuals are working behind the scenes to control the narrative. After all, if Diddy's downfall starts taking others down with him.
These are all allegations that have become shockingly familiar against Diddy in recent months as he has faced lawsuit after lawsuit from women and men who have accused him of all manner of bad behavior.
Diddy's case isn't just drawing attention from Hollywood, it's catching the eye of the political world too. As a cultural force with ties to influential figures, including presidents and global leaders, Diddy's rumored parties could make some nervous. The timing of his legal troubles adds to the intrigue, as public trust in institutions is at an all-time low. Conspiracy theories are front and center in today's culture, and Diddy's case has become a focal point for those suspicions, fueling even more questions about what's
Diddy has been under criminal investigation for months by federal prosecutors here in New York, and if there are criminal charges, many of them may look a lot like what some of these individuals have been describing.
Some believe Diddy is being used as a scapegoat to distract from bigger scandals, allowing the real culprits to distance themselves. Others think it's part of a pattern targeting influential black figures to limit their power. Though unproven, these ideas reflect a deep distrust in the system. Media commentators like Joe Rogan and Andrew Schultz have speculated that the raids on Diddy's properties were less about him and more about finding evidence to implicate others, with some even suggesting powerful figures behind the tapes could have pushed for the raids. It's a chilling thought, fitting into the broader
both
narrative.
Sides, right? There's the people on the right that are trying to nail the people that are on the left with this. There's people that are journalists that are trying to nail the people that were involved in this.
This is it,
And they've managed to keep that list from coming out, which shows you how powerful certain people are. That should show you a lot. That should be terrifying.
Even Candace Owens has weighed in, pointing to Kanye West's past comments about Diddy as evidence of a much bigger connection. Owens, never one to shy away from controversy, once accused Diddy of being a government asset, a claim that seemed far-fetched at the time but now carries new weight. She suggests that Diddy's current predicament might be less about justice and more about keeping certain truths hidden. Comedian Eddie Griffin has also added his voice, calling it the Diddy conspiracy and linking the mogul's downfall to a broader effort to protect the powerful. Though Griffin's comments are often humorous, the underlying message is hard to ignore.
Welcome to Popcorn Planet's The Interview, the series where we get in depth with amazing people, and I'm so honored to have this special guest with us here. Precious Muir, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you, my love?
I'm great. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm making sure I center you a little bit more. There we go. So honored to have you here. You have some stories to tell. You've survived the white parties.
For every theory that sees Diddy as a victim of larger forces, there's another suggesting he may not be innocent. Some believe his actions finally caught up with him, while others argue that a possible conspiracy doesn't excuse his choices. This case taps into bigger discussions about power, corruption, and the lengths people go to protect secrets. Whether the conspiracy theories are true or not, they've resonated with a skeptical public. So, is Diddy a scapegoat, a villain, or something in between? Will he reveal his secrets, or